When I was a kid growing up, we had one television channel for quite some time. Anybody here grow up with one television channel? Let me guess, CBC. Dad and I'd watch the hockey game, his beloved Montreal Canadiens. When I was a kid, I was a huge Montreal Canadiens fan. Well, you can't blame me, I was a kid. And then I became a Toronto Maple Leafs fan. But then I realized after I met the elderly gentleman, he had, like when Toronto won the cup, tattooed on his arm, and then he had a dash that he said they were going to bury him with his arm out of the ground, just to make sure he'd get to put the rest of the tattoo there. And after being with Calgary for 8 years, I am a Calgary Flames fan. And just to throw a little dig at you guys, you just sang the Calgary Flames theme song for when we win a game. Every one of you Toronto Maple Leafs fans sang it. You Montreal fans sang it. Thank you for the support. We really, really appreciate it. Well, my dad and I'd watch the Montreal Canadiens play, and sometimes he'd have to get the rabbit ears turned just right to get that French channel to come in from New Brunswick so I could hear the first star, the Premier Étoile, Guy Lafleur, Steve Shutt, Ken Dryden, all those great players back then. Fantastic hockey. There was one time where we were watching the playoffs, and unfortunately Dad and I, we couldn't see anything, and so Dad got an Alexander Keats India Pale Ale in one hand, Mom's curling iron in the other hand, got up on the roof and became human rabbit ears so I could watch the rest of the hockey game. And on came cable, and my favorite TV show, my dad was a little sad, I remember when cable came on, but my favorite TV show wasn't because of the young lady wearing the short shorts, and it wasn't about the car that the boys were driving, it's because of Waylon Jennings and this here song, Just a Good Old Boy, never meaning no harm. I'll be tall you never saw, been in trouble with the law since the day he was born. Straighten the curve, flatten the head. Well, someday the mountain might get him, but the law never will. Here we go, making their way, on their way to Ohio. Well, that's just a little bit more than a long life. Let me some guitar, listen. You know my mama loves me, but she don't understand. They keep me showing my hand and not my face on TV. Come on now. Oh, we got some real country music fans here in Hamilton. The stuff I grew up on. Let's test them. I always gauge this. I'm going to play a little bit of this next song, not the whole thing, because there's 23 verses. No, that's El Paso. Have you ever heard the Reader's Digest version of El Paso? Have you? It goes like this. Out in the West Texas town of El Paso, I fell in love, I got shot, now I'm dead. That's the Reader's Digest version. I actually didn't see him, I heard a version of him, Marty, do that as a joke, and everybody got upset, and then he played the whole thing through. Now, we got to play a little bit of what was my dad's favorite all-time artist, was Johnny Horton. And if this truly is an old country music crowd, I'll know real quick. In 1814, we took a little trip along with Colonel Jackson down to Minor, Mississippi. Well, we took a little bacon and we took a little bean. Met the bloody British in a town of New Orleans. We fired our guns and let's hear it. Wasn't quite as many years there wasn't now. hour ago. Fire once more, we'll lay again and running all down Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Yeah, they ran to the bronze and they ran to the mountains, they ran to the bushes where the cops wouldn't go. Ran so fast the highs couldn't catch them down Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Okay, you're real country music fans. That was the test and you took it over. So during COVID, I worked on a brand new Classics 3 record. I've got Classics 1 and Classics 2 paying homage to all the old stuff I grew up playing. And Classics 3 is all 90s country, because when I went on the road in 1989-90, a long time ago, all we did was play 6 nights a week, including in Ontario. The very first gig I ever played was actually with the band was in Ontario, in Manitowoc. Anybody know where Manitowoc is? Yeah. And then we went from there to, I think, Thompson, Manitoba. I don't know. It was back in the days where bars were open 6 nights a week and you had a band every week. So we decided we were going to record some of the songs that I cut my teeth on way back then for all you 90s country fans. Where are the 90s country fans at? Oh, there you are. Here's a little, I don't know. You want to do some D. White Yoakum? Yeah? D. White Yoakum? I think so. Anybody from the 90s, that's how we always referred to him, was D-White, not Dwight. I don't know why. We got bored. Here we go. 1, 2. Well, I'm back again for another night of trying to break free from this sadness that I can't lay to rest. This old honky tonk sure does feel like home, and the music with the laughter seems to soothe my loneliness. There we go. Turn it on, turn it up, turn it loose. A memory that's driving me lonely, crazy and blue. It helps me forget her, so louder the better. Hey, miss, turn it on, turn it up, turn me loose. Dancing to no bucking song. I know she won't mind. She won't even know. She'll be dancing with memory, trying to take drugs of her own. Turn it on, turn it on, turn it loose. A memory that's driving me lonely, crazy and blue. It helps me forget her, so loud and better. Hey, mister, turn it on, turn it up, turn me loose. Turn it on, turn it up, turn me loose. A Should we do one more 90s song? Kind of made me feel like I was back in the bars back in the day. One more. Here's a Hellcatcher song. There's an Elvis movie on a marquee side. We've all seen at least 3 times. Everybody's broke, Bobby's got a bug. Puts $1 worth of gas in his pickup truck. They go 90 miles an hour down a dead-end road. What's up, son? Where you gonna go? We're gonna out the moon, shoot out the light. It's a small town Saturday night. It's a small town Saturday night. Lucy's got a lips going a little too bright. Bobby's getting drunk and looking for a fight. Liquor on his breath and trouble on his mind. Oh, Lucy's just a kid along for the ride. They got a 6-pack of beer and a bottle of wine. Gotta be bad just to have a good time. They're gonna out the moon, shoot out the light. It's a small town Saturday night. It's a small town Saturday night. Bobby told Lucy the world ain't round. Drops off shop at the edge of town. Lucy, you know the world must be flat. 'Cause the people leave town and never come back. They all 90 miles an hour to the city limits. Time with the pedal to the metal for the change their mind. They're gonna out the moon, shoot out the light. It's a small town Saturday night. They're gonna out the moon, shoot out the light. It's a small town Saturday night. It's a small town Saturday night. It's a small town Sunday night. Inhale. Thank you so much. A buddy of mine I grew up with back home. I never thought he'd ever turn into the character Bubbles, but he did. And I had Bubs as the star of this video for this next song, but they repaid the favor and they said, why don't you come down and be a guest star on our final 2 episodes of the final season? So that's what I did, where I played an American forest ranger protecting a very special colony of beavers. I remember that very, very vividly. That was my job. And we had such a blast outside of Halifax shooting for 7 days and 7 nights. And the Trailer Park Boys, wherever they're at, wherever Bubs is, I always dedicate this song to him and any designated drivers. Because I am always the designated driver in our family, and I'm okay with that. So for all the designated drivers out there, I recorded this song for you. Little thing called Drink and Think. She's high, and after a few, you're thinking you've got a shot. Well, maybe you do, maybe you don't, but if you strike out their hoss and start telling yourself it's her loss, that's just drinking, thinking, girl, I'll check in a can. Your brain tells Marley, and your body believes you're Superman. That's just drinking, thinking, and here's where the trouble starts. Well, the more you drink, the better you think you are. I see this stuff every night. A guy in a tie will challenge a biker to fight. Or a karaoke king who gets up to sing and opens his mouth and believes he can win his day. There we go. That's just blonde drummer back there for a second. Oh boy. Whew, I tell you. We got to keep a close watch on the time here because I want to make sure I get off the stage. My brother, Mr. Gord Bamford's here. Who wants to see Gord? Come on. I don't get to see Gord nearly enough. I was supposed to go ice fishing with him this past winter, and I pooped the bed on that. But maybe this year, Gord and I at least get to hunt together, get him down to the ranch. And I'm not sure if he can hunt around his place or not, but we can hunt anywhere. It's whether it's legal or not. That's the question, isn't it? Well, I think we're going to do a song right now that hopefully some has recognized. It was a title track off of a record. I had no idea what I was doing recording this song. I always have to have a reason to record my songs. But this here song I recorded for my wife, it was a reminder to me after 28 years of marriage that it's important to go out on date nights. And unfortunately for her, it means now I take her out on a date night at least 3 times a week. The date night consists on going down to the barn and doing chores and then having a glass of wine and watching the sunset. But hey, it's still date night. You got to count these things. We're going to get this sent out to all you young couples that might not be married yet. Just keep that in your mind. You got to always date even after you get married. Don't think, oh, I got this. 1, 2, 3. Show off, you got the right song. If I ain't got it, I can get it, girl, whatever you want. I got the sky, those headlights wanting me away. Yeah, I got this old school loving, got the good times coming in. Yeah, if you wanna go all night long, go whiskey strong, crazy on a midnight game. I got this. Yeah, baby, I got this. Thank you guys so very much for having us on George Gage. It's been a real pleasure being with you.